It's time again for the lightning round. Let's turn and burn.
Okay, here we go.
All right, let's do this.
Okay. Sonic and Knuckles or Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong?
Easy one for me. What's yours?
Sonic and Knuckles because they're just freaking adorable, guys. Come on. Oh.
It's Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. They're
Thank
way
you.
better. It's Donkey Kong and
Donkey
Diddy
Kong,
Kong.
Diddy Kong can ride a rhino!
Why?
They can.
A gorilla riding a rhino!
Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong are better than Sonic and Knuckles because Sonic just delivered a very terrifying movie trailer that hasn't happened with Donkey Kong yet.
teeth.
Donkey
Okay.
Kong also gave us Mario. Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong were super cute and gave us like a computer-generated, groundbreaking game in 1994
He's
with Donkey
OG.
Kong Country.
Donkey Kong's OG.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But like Sonic is the Sega OG.
Even though you say Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong
Sure.
gave us Mario,
Sure.
but Mario's the one we think of. So Mario's not on that card.
Is that the next card?
Zombies or vampires?
I have strong opinions.
Okay.
What's yours?
I say vampires because I think that while zombies have the horde thing going on, vampires are sexy.
Yeah.
They are immortal.
I'm gonna go zombies.
What?
Zomsies.
Zomsies?
Here's the thing. Both are overplayed to hell.
Sure.
Both have some real low-grade Z-quality
Sure.
movies that
Sure.
we could all probably think of and go, ugh. If I take the best zombie movie, which to me is Dawn of the Dead, and I put it up against the best vampire movie, which I think is OG Dracula, and I love both to death, I'm probably gonna watch Dawn of the Dead.
Interview with the Vampire.
That's pretty good too.
Come
Very
on.
sexy.
I'm not saying it's bad.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's bad. But the
Or
Romero
Nosferatu?
trilogy alone.
Nosferatu
Or-
is really good.
Return of the Living Dead might be the most punk rock horror movie ever made, and a girl dances naked in a cemetery and then gets eaten by zombies.
And we've also got, I gotta go with zombies because we've got better zombie like subversion of the genre.
Yes.
Anytime vampire stuff does that, people are like, that's not vampires,
Buffy
I
the
dislike
Vampire
it.
Slayer.
That's
Buffy the
great, but it's
Vampire
also
Slayer
like
subverts
pretty
the genre.
straightforward, like it is accurate to vampires, whereas like zombie comedies have given us some of the best comedies ever,
I don't
like
know.
Shaun of the Dead,
Shaun of the Dead,
Zombieland.
yeah.
Those are fantastic. I am
Zombieland's
much more
okay.
interested in zombie stories because I like the effect
Also,
that
zombies
people
They
go
have no
through.
it's hard for them to have narrative.
But
That's
I'm
why I
not,
like
because
vampires.
zombie
They
stories
can
are not about
respond.
zombies; they're about the people reacting
Yeah,
to
zombies are
zombies.
props.
Okay, but
Zombies
then-
are props.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They're ancillary.
Zombies are just like, hey, what's going on?
Oh,
And the
apparently you haven't
vampires
seen
are
a little
like,
movie called Day of the Dead
Yeah.
featuring a character named Bob who salutes someone after shooting them in the stomach.
Yeah.
Well, vampires are better. You go pull.
Here we go.
Sneaky.
Black Mirror or Twilight Zone?
Twilight
I gotta
Zone.
go Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone.
Not
Yeah.
only because I'm really into the new Jordan Peele produced version of the show. Not only am I definitely like. I am in awe of the classic legacy of the original Twilight Zone and any sort of updated version, but the U.S. is better than the U.K. Boom! Boom! USA!
honestly-
USA! USA!
I
Boo over here.
hated doing that. I hated
The
doing
British were
that.
like, well, I believe we can do sci-fi anthology much better.
Yeah.
They did do something that it was interesting and basically just like cinematics in a video game, but they did do Bandersnatch.
They did? Yeah, that's cool.
That's
but Twilight
true.
Zone introduced something
Yeah.
to like the world of television that no one had ever brought onto TV before. The episodes are great, like, and they speak to so much. They cover all of the ground in all the episodes. I mean, like, there's Mask. There's the one with the Japanese and where they talk about, you know, Pearl Harbor and all that stuff. Like, they go there.
Also, those stories
Yeah.
are still relevant, and Black Mirror is
Yes.
great, but so much of Black Mirror is also about the technology of the moment.
Yeah.
So even you
Right.
can watch back some of season 1 Black Mirror and kind of
Yeah.
go, oh, that's because they're commenting on that
They were
thing that
wrong.
was then at the
It didn't-
time.
it didn't turn out that way.
Whereas
Right.
like Twilight Zone
Yeah.
is more broadly
It is.
broad stories,
Totally.
metaphors.
But Black Mirror's cool.
and because technology moves so quickly, it's like that where you just look at last
Yeah.
season and it's like, oh, well, I mean, like we do VR and it's not.
Yeah. We are inundated with ads
Yeah.
now in our life.
Yeah,
It's true.
and it's just normal.
Without Twilight Zone, there would be no Black Mirror, but without Black Mirror, I don't think we would have gotten new Twilight Zone.
No, right,
So
you're
it like
right.
affected
You know
itself.
what? Interesting. I think it's time for another card.
USA all the
y'all.
way.
Flip. Oh, John Hughes or Judd Apatow? I think Judd Apatow, because at least his comedies are written within a time frame where we're not looking back and going.
Ugh, I know. I know.
Yeah.
There's not so much, even though I'm sure in 10 years we're gonna go back and look at Knock Up and find some stuff wrong with
Well,
it.
you know what's great about that stuff is that there is, but the point of things like Knocked Up, The 40-Year-Old Virgin, you're supposed to watch that, you're supposed to watch that behavior, and within the movie itself, it's talking about that behavior and whether it's something that is like cool, to be praised or if it's something that we should reconsider.
I'm gonna come out and defend John Hughes a little bit. Yes, 100%. 16 Candles is a super problematic movie, and that's also if we're just looking at his directorial body of work. He also wrote Vacation, Christmas Vacation might be the best Christmas movie. Period. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Muppets Christmas Carol.
Okay, but that's not the question. Planes,
We
Trains.
diverted into another question.
Uncle Buck, John Candy's whole entire big part of John Candy's career. Everyone loves John Candy. Is John Hughes.
What about
And
Home Alone? Didn't
He wrote Home Alone.
wrote Home Alone, yeah.
He wrote a lot of those movies. I think like to just take 16 Candles and go, well, John Hughes is canceled. I think is a massive
You know why-
mistake
you
to
know why I
comedy
think that
and
is?
It's
film.
not
I don't
problems
think
only with
it's-
16 Candles.
And
Right.
it's not. And
Oh, I know, but
literally
that's the.
Yeah,
But I will say that Molly Ringwald wrote
Sure, which
a
is great.
piece
No,
she did.
about
She
having
100% did.
about watching Breakfast Club with her daughter.
Yeah.
And there's that scene where Mr. Trenchcoat like does like something under the table
Bender.
to her. So there is that, right? But I will say, in defense of John Hughes did do something for media aimed at women and with female teenagers, and so he did create a completely new genre. Yeah. Cameron,
Yes.
pick a card.
Go.
Speaking of, John Belushi or John Candy?
I would rather
Man,
die.
why would
That's
you
brutal.
make us do
Yikes.
that?
Wow. Farts.
Okay, what do you think?
Cameron, this is a tough one. You're Mr. Comedy over here. That's a tough one for you.
I will say this. I'm gonna go John Candy. It's hard to say though,
Yeah.
because we had I think 15 more years of John Candy than we did Belushi.
Yeah.
But at the same time, man, Blues Brothers and Animal House are two of like the all-timers. Like, 10 more years as comedy keeps going, film and all that other stuff. Blues Brothers and Animal House are gonna keep being
know.
like on the top of people's list.
That's why I have to go Belushi on this one, because of the fact that he was so massively influential to comedy.
And
It's
as
just
absurd as he was, like that's the only reason why SNL worked. Like
Yeah.
SNL would have
Yes.
tanked without people like
Belushi, really, yeah.
giving life to these absurdist things.
Yeah.
And so he really sort of invented that like randomness
So
almost
funny.
a little bit. But I would even argue that John Candy and Belushi aren't necessarily in the same category of comedians because
I would
this is like
agree. I would
a more
agree.
I've like maybe like more like a Farley versus Belushi.
Yeah.
But like Candy, he's also an amazing dramatic actor. I mean, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. How many times we all cried during that movie?
Yeah.
He's so good in it, and I don't know if I could ever see John Belushi getting there. I mean, maybe if we gave him like a Truman Show later on, like Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
His
but
little SNL short where he's like an old man surrounded by all the headstones
Yeah.
is like a pretty melancholy little thing. So I think he could have done that, but we never got to see that.
yeah, because always I was cheeseburger, 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 cheeseburger.
Yeah.
It's the last one.
It's the last one. You want to do? Okay, we have to do it so fast.
Okay,
do it the
do it
fastest.
really quick.
No argument.
Go.
You just say
Go.
Arnold Stein, Stephen King. Stephen King.
R.L. Stein.
R.L.
Stein, baby.
Oh!